Well, joining us now for the Trader Rundown is Todd Bubba Horwitz of Bubba Trading, and I'm so glad you're here. Todd is actually fresh off a trip from Vegas and was within the area where the shooting happened.
I know.
So amazing to have you here.
It was really strange. It was actually, I thought it was a big car accident. There was ambulances flying all over the place around, and I didn't find out that it was actually happening until I got to the airport. But I was sitting across from the Mandalay Bay on that main street that takes you to the airport, and it was really wild. And now obviously all the police and everything else makes a lot more sense of what was going on. But it was ambulances, at least 25 ambulances that I saw while I was there, and of course they locked the airport down after it had happened, and it was obviously a very tragic and, I don't know, the biggest massacre in history.
And you're here partly, and you were not so much involved in it because you had a late driver to pick you up from, which is...
It was really interesting. Yeah, the limo driver was 10 minutes late, and 10 minutes earlier I might have been right in the middle of it, but it was interesting, but obviously extremely sad, and our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody.
I just can't seem to get past it. Okay, so let's take a look at the trading day today. We continue to hit new record highs in the market.
Every day.
Every day. Yeah. Market just keeps going higher.
Dow 1 million.
You know, we seem to be on the way to 1 million. Mr. Buffett may have been right.
Well, he will be right eventually, actually.
That's very true. What would be a trade here for you?
I think you want to take a look at the banks. I think the banks have done phenomenally well, and obviously with the potential of higher interest rates, which is good for banks, makes the spread wider when they're lending money. With the potential tax reform, they have moved up so high, I think now is a good time to take a stab at shorting or selling the banks here. And I think that I want to look at JP Morgan. They had earnings starts next week, but I want to get ahead of the curve because in options, volatility starts to rise a little bit into earnings. So what I want to do is I'm going to actually short JP Morgan by buying some puts out in December. I'm going to buy the 95 puts today, and I'm going to sell this Friday's 96.50 puts. Stock's trading, over 97. So then I'm going to let those expire, hopefully worthless. And then next week, as I watch the stock trade, I will then sell puts again, depending on where the stock is at. Either I'll undersell them and make it a more neutral position, or I will sell them over the top and maybe I could change it to a bearish or bullish position once I get there, but it gives me a great opportunity to actually be short the stock for the next 60 days, which is what I'd like to be.
For some of our viewers, that was easy to understand, a bit complicated for other viewers.
Yes.
So overall, earnings are coming up from JP Morgan, and you're thinking the stock is likely to do what?
I think it's likely to go lower here. I think, look, we priced in, I think, good news, good earnings. We've had good earnings according to what you read, so I think that you're looking for the stock to, at worst, have a little bit of a pullback. Again, I'm not saying that it's going to go way down, but I think we could see 4, 5, or 6% drop pullback here, and that's the way that I'm going to do it. It's just an inexpensive way to play a short position here, and it allows me, if I'm wrong, to adjust that position going forward. But I do think it's going lower off of the earnings. Again, one of the things we do look at on a frequent basis is how far it's gone up, why it's gone up. So can the earnings beat what they're expecting? And I think that's probably the thing. Your market expectations is big, and I think they will not quite meet what they're expecting.
Well, thanks so much for coming on the show, and we're glad you're safe.
Thank you. It's great to be here.